Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, hello. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Right now, I'm going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers. I asked the Cancer energies what this reading is going to be about. And what happened was, it's time, but are you ready? So I'm not sure what your higher selves are saying it's time for, but we're going to try and make sure that you're ready, okay? So let us see. Let us see. I'm going to start pulling some cards. Ooh, there's some weird energies going on. I can already feel it. Yes, we can already feel it. Here goes. Let's shuffle some more cards. How's everyone doing, by the way? Ooh, oh my God, that was so beautiful. It was 1 minute, 11 seconds, 11 watchers, and 1 thumb. So ones across the board. Wow. That was definitely interesting. You feel the weirdness too, Lisa? I'm just saying, just some weird stuff going on today. But we're going to pull these cards. We're going to get some clarity. And, oh, that's interesting. I have never had quite a few of these cards come out before. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. 2 out of 3 cards I've never seen come out. So, you know, it's only 2 cards. Calm down, girl. Let's not be exaggerating things. All right. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I'm about to bag it up. All right. This is looking a bit yeehaw is how this is looking. Okay. A lot of healing is needing to take place, not just for Cancer, but for pretty much everybody. Everybody needs to heal. Okay, this is the final deck that I'm going to be pulling from. I like to pull from multiple decks, just because, you know. Is that Blackstreet? It is Blackstreet. Hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. Hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I'm about to bag it up. Okay. Saran wrap it. I don't know what the fuck that means. Don't listen to me about that. Card number 25, release a dark wound, let love live. You know, this gives me the feeling that for some of you, you haven't been willing or able to release some kind of connection. For some, that connection obviously is romantic. For others, that connection could potentially be a friendship. It could be who are you? Say one more word to me, and I'm going to burn you. Steer clear of my field and my cards. Anyways, for some of you, this might be romantic. For others of you, this might be family. It might be friendship. It might be business. It's a need to release. It's a need to release. So the moment you let go of that rotting, whatever that is, it's going to go ahead and be transmuted. You let it go back to Earth, back to Gaia. She is the greatest transmuter there is for us. So, and you let her recycle that back into reusable energy. Okay. For some of us, this is a refusal to let go of things in the past. Card number 36, Nemesis, the past. Yeah, it's definitely something that continues to hold our attention. This might even be in-laws. So with the appearance of the past card, the Nemesis card, I don't know if in the past they've hurt you before, offended you, put you off in some way, made things difficult for you in some way, and you can't let that go. So this might even be about you, Cancer. This might be about you refusing to let go of when you got jilted in the past, and so now it's just continuing. That's why it's begun to rot. Okay. Let's see what this is. Card number 18, the Earth Keeper. Just as you're involved in co-creating your world, you are also responsible for its well-being. The Earth Keepers are dedicated to the stewardship of the Earth and all life. They choose to hold the sacred dream of a planet where all beings live in peace and where the rivers and the air are clean. Remember that everything you do has an impact for 7 generations. So if you're not into the whole Earth-keeping movement and you want to make this more into about your growth, which is what you should do. Okay. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying that's what you should do. You need to make sure that you are cultivating an environment free of toxins. Your thoughts about toxic situations, toxic connections are just as toxic as the toxic situation itself. Okay, if you're going to continue to perpetuate, like, okay, say you got into a very toxic exchange of words with someone. We'll give the I love my in-laws. We'll give the because I saw someone write something about in-laws. We'll give the example of in-laws. Okay, say there was a toxic exchange between you and your in-laws, and it's done now. You're like, you're at your own house, they're at their own house, and you continue to play over in your head all of the things that you coulda, shoulda, woulda said to really cut them down. Well, you've basically imprisoned yourself in that argument. They've moved on. They probably like, silly hoe. She has her own house now. She a silly hoe, and then they're off like terrorizing other people. But you're stuck there. They've moved on from it. You're stuck there. So really, how is it helping you? Instead, you have to begin doing the work to try and shift, like really shift these circumstance. Okay. Really, really shift it. Shift your thoughts on it. Like, okay, you know what? I could have said that, but I didn't. So maybe it didn't need to be said. But something's definitely going to be changing in this interaction and in the ways we interact. Maybe I won't even go over there for Christmas, or maybe I'm going to ask them out for coffee or something. And we're going to talk about this like adults, like mature individuals, and see, was this just a misunderstanding that kind of blew up? For some of you, the dark wound is a refusal to acknowledge what's actually going on, that you are indeed perpetuating, holding on to the toxicity, that it's not someone outside of you, that it's actually you doing it. So, and again, this is going to be unique for each individual, but these are the different layers and levels of messages coming through just regarding that card, and in relation to the Earth Keepers. Okay. It's very, very easy for us to go ahead and identify external reasons, external stimuli, external catalysts and triggers. But for the most part, most of us really, really struggle with identifying the internal circumstance. And unless you identify the internal circumstance, how are you going to release it? You know, you probably not. It's going to continue to perpetuate. Okay. So card number 44, solar eclipse revolution. A lot of things are going to be brought into the light. Okay. A lot of things are going to be brought into the light. And these things, they might be things that other people are hiding. Notice the number, the viewer count is dropping because people don't want to fucking look inside themselves, is what it is, you know? Or maybe connectivity is affected, but that's the feeling. People don't want to look inside of themselves. And really, you know, if you don't want to look inside of yourselves, it's a good thing that you've left this live stream, because everything that I read for will force you to look inside yourself and recognize you're the one causing the rot. I do this myself. I have Cancer in my chart. So for the people who want to get all the like, oh, she being a bitch because she hate Cancer. I'm a motherfucking Cancer too, okay? We all bitches together. Let's be fucking catty together. Keep listening. So the sun is going to illuminate some shady ass shit that's been going on. And it's really ticking me off to no end that Cancer keeps being implicated in this shit. It's ticking me off because first off, I have Cancer in my chart in a primary placement. I don't partake in this fucking shit. Secondly, all the Cancers that I personally know, they don't partake in this shit. Which one of y'all Cancers is fucking it up for the rest of us? You don't even have to raise your hand because that shit's coming to light. Okay? That shit's coming to light. All the things that have been being done in the shadow of the moon are going to have the solar light all up on there. It is going to be found out. If it hasn't already been found out, it's going to be found out. And there are some Cancers who have just been basically victim to this circumstance. Like they're not doing this. This is being done to them, but there are other Cancers who are the ones absolutely perpetuating this, initiating and perpetuating. And, you know, every single sign will have some who are the instigators and some who are just being lumped along with those rotten motherfuckers. You know, let me just drink some coffee. Or maybe it's the coffee that's making me a little aggressive. Just a little aggressive. Just a little. Nothing excessive. Maybe we just do a little Palo Santo. Maybe we do a little Palo Santo. There we go. There you go. Just, you know. No, I'm joking. It's Palo Santo. People ain't got no sense of humor. It is just ridiculous. Clear that shitty sense of humor out of my field. Let's go. All right. Pyramid of light. Step your vibration deeper into love. Now, understand this, okay? Understand this. Love is not a single faceted thing. It's not just hugs and, oh, I'm so sorry you're having a bad day. Do you need some cuddles and some cookies and some juice and a nap? No. The truth of love, omni-love, is it's ridiculously potent and powerful. It has the ability to destroy as easily as it can rebuild. All right. That's the truth of love. So you're going to have to step deeper into that. And Cancer, sometimes you're going to have to just let people implode. You're going to have to let them step in their own shit and implode, because really, Cancer does have a habit of being overly accommodating, overly concerned with other people's preferences and comfort level. And, you know, yeah, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. If people want to create a mess, then they need to deal with the mess. But there are also some Cancers who, I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all are fucking troublemaking ass motherfuckers right now, and you need to get your shit together. Okay, we just gonna keep shit real funky and real right now. For the ones who are very, very quick in their minds, I don't think they're commenting. In their minds, they're like, yeah, that's right. They need to step in their shit. You probably the one that fucking put that shit there. Just saying. We're gonna unleash some fucking Capricorn up in this video because I don't know why I'm suddenly triggered by some energies. So again, there's a huge, huge separation in the Cancer energies. It's actually boggling my mind. It's boggling my mind how huge this separation is, because there's one set of energies that I feel very intensely that are like, they want healing, they want resolution, they want a positive outcome, and then quite the opposite. Excuse me. So here, I'll show you guys how this is panning out, okay? One set of Cancers, card number 59, Upper World, Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Y'all are going through this baptism through the flames. People are bringing you drama, and you just really trying your best to navigate your life and really get to a solid place, emotionally, financially, just trying your best to be solid. It's like it's about to be 2020. We're not bringing this bullshit with us to 2020. Beautiful, beautiful, like ridiculous amounts of growth. And then there's this other half of Cancer that has ambition and going beyond normal to try and fuck shit up more for other people because you got burned, because you couldn't let go of shit that you tried to take ownership of. I mean, I need to fucking analyze. Am I doing this shit? Because I'm getting triggered to the point where, like, is this reflecting some shit within me that I'm not? Am I doing this shit? Really? Because if I'm being a silly asshole if I'm doing this shit and not recognizing, because I really pay attention to the things I get myself into. I usually am not the one getting my shit into other people's business, people dragging me into it. But Mikey, you tell me if I'm being a silly hoe, right? You would fucking tell me. You would be like, sit down, simmer down, silly hoe. This is not me, correct? I just need a fucking yes or no. Just yes or no, Michael. Yes or no. Oh. Oh, see that's what it is. Okay. I'm part of this group trying to rise up, and someone I see you, silly hoe. I see you staring at me rising up with my sexy ass serpent and my, I don't know what is Quidditch. Is this a game of Quidditch? This bitch, this silly ass hoe is trying to play Quidditch with me. Yeah, no, 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 no. Cancer, disengage yourself from the people who are trying to play some silly ass hoe Quidditch with you. No, we are not going to play that bullshit game. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. It takes more than one person to play Quidditch. Am I even saying it right? You know, where the ball got the wings and then they're on the brooms and they're chasing after the shit. And no, just no, no. Card number 32, eighth house, endings and beginnings. So here we are. I think for the group of Cancers who are rising up to the upper world, higher levels of consciousness, what's happening is you've spent most of this year in a phase of endings, a lot of things ending, karmic connections, lessons that have been prolonged for far too long. All of those things are ending, and you've been preparing yourself for months on end without even realizing to begin something new, something that's more in alignment with your truth and what you deserve in your life. And there's another group of Cancers, the silly hoes. I fucking said that too. I called them silly hoes. The silly hoes, they're focused on ending their new beginnings because they can't let shit go. Flat out. Pasoy dos, uno, whatever the hell you want to play. I am playing with you. You a cheetah. Jesus don't like cheetahs. Let's just go ahead. Let's do this. Yo, I'm about to get real fucking mad if this shit is about a boy. No, I'm not gonna get mad because that's how I get sucked into shit all the fucking time. I am not the asshole whisperer. I am not the silly hoe whisperer. You want to fight over a boy, you go right ahead. Stupid ass boy problems. Yeah, no, go ahead. Oh, he's worth it. You go ahead. Do your shit. Card number 31 for my non-mental cancers. Okay. For my non-mental cancers who recognize there are tons of penises out there in this world. You don't have to share the same penis. There's even fake penises, whatever shape, color you want. Okay, buy one. For all of you who realize this and don't need to fight over some fucking diseased part, card number 31, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Everything in creation is backing you up. Everything in creation is behind you, pushing you to rise up to that upper world. Expand your consciousness, expand your level of awareness, raise up your frequency, just really have a really good life. You know, and this is not necessarily a call for you to have a life that's full of ridiculous luxury and expense. No, but you can splurge on a nice ergonomic peen. I'm just saying, make it silicone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I heard from a friend. That sounds even worse. That sounds even worse. Let's just focus on the cards. I digress. Card number 17, Earth. So you got Earth, and you also have the Earth Keeper. Okay. Okay. So this is about you recognizing you are of the earth. And when you become an earth keeper, you are recognizing you are needing to be your own keeper. Okay. You could definitely be your own keeper. You can survive this life. You can go beyond surviving this life in all your situations and begin really thriving. Okay. Card number 14, Taurus, I have. So I'm told to look in the book for this. Okay, I don't know why that got me so triggered. Yeah, I really, even as a teenager, I never understood why people fight over other people. If you can take them, keep them. That's always been my logic. If you can take him, keep him. There's others. There's others. You know, might just be my Capricorn side. If you can take him, keep him. Go try. I'm not scared. Go try. If he doesn't value me and what I bring to the table, he doesn't deserve me. It's perfectly fine. Good luck finding another one this crazy, mixed with this spiritual, with a mouth like mine. Excuse you. Go ahead, try. You ain't gonna find nothing. Anyways, Taurus, I have. There are 3 classes of people. Those who are silly hoes. Those who see the silly hoes. No, I'm joking. There are 3 classes of people. Those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. You're about to grow something from which there will be beauty and abundance, you know? And maybe, you know, retracting my fucking claws. I'm sorry for the holes I left in your jugular, silly hose. I'm sorry. Retracting my claws. So that situation that was popping up and triggering me definitely is bullshit, right? Is caca. It's just legit caca. And it's been fermenting because, you know, you've been letting it ferment, which is fine because that for some people, that is a part of your natural process. That fermentation is what actually prepares the caca and turns it into something more beneficial, something called fertilizer. And for those who are in the silly hoe category, maybe you had to go through this and see this and be really embarrassed and pissed off that I'm addressing you in this way for you to begin applying that fertilizer in such a way that is actually fertilizer type use in a way that will grow you. And I mean, this card is talking about growth, that from you and your experiences, something is going to grow. So maybe you're ready to graduate from the Silly Hoe Club and really, you know, be a god or goddess, you know, because really a hoe can be a man or a woman. Let's not limit that. I know plenty of hoe men. Yeah. Uh, not in that way, okay? All of them are my homies. That I'm the homie, the homie of the hoes because I'm like, do your thing. I'm not trying to get at you. Do your shit somewhere else. I'll give you advice. So this is about you really reclaiming all of this beauty that you have been stockpiling outside of your auric field. For those who have already gone through this and were never really a part of the Silly Hoe movement, all these things. Yeah, Daddy, what? What? Who the fuck is saying these things? You know you ain't a silly hoe. I'm just saying. Unless you want to be my silly hoe. Stop. So this is about you reclaiming what's your. I'm gonna claim you later. Lick claim your ass. Okay. Sometimes I forget that it's not just my husband on the live. My bad. Your Gemini ass is so distracting to me. You have. That's it. You have. You're not in a state of lacking. You're not. Okay. This is about you really letting go of the things that have been allowed to continue to rot. All right. I'm no longer triggered. All he had to do was comment. Why didn't you comment earlier before I went on my silly hoe tirade? You couldn't have commented earlier? Mm-hmm. Healing the divine masculine, Osiris rises. So here's what I'm noticing, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong. It might be a misperception on my part. But what I'm noticing is Cancers have a tendency to have an imbalance between the masculine and the feminine. Okay. So what ends up happening, Cancer tends, from what I've noticed, looking at things on an energetic level, Cancer has a tendency to have a more masculine energy. And in order to balance it, in an attempt to balance it, there's a lot of overcompensation that goes on, and it swings a little too far into the feminine. And so that's where the whole bending over backwards comes in. Okay. So it's time to heal the masculine aspects. It's time for you to just really allow yourself to just be okay with just saying no. You don't have to explain yourself. You have to begin discerning the difference between preference and actual true need when it comes to helping people. Okay, what? I don't know too much about the zodiacs. So I'm getting some message regarding Cancers going too deep into themselves and not sharing of the emotional load, and that's causing a further imbalance. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know that necessarily. Well, it might apply. I'm just kind of struggling to see how that applies. I don't know. Well, if I can't figure out how to explain it, I'm not going to explain it. Oh, well, shit. Okay. The light in you requires radical acceptance. Look at that. 1551. 1551. Radical acceptance, the sun. Okay. This is about you recognizing the truth of your being. You are, remember, you're going to go through a solar eclipse. All right. One of my other beliefs, mantras for my personal life. I will never do anything in private that I'd be ashamed of in public. but I'm shameless. I mean, I'm just shameless because there's things that, yeah, I prefer my privacy, but there's really nothing that I would do or say in private that I would like try and deny in public. You know, like what? What? Yeah, that's me. That's a part of my journey. That's a part of my life. So maybe this is a need for you to begin radically accepting these things that you've done and just recognize the light of your own truth. Recognize, like, you know what? In my distorted attempt to heal the masculine aspects of myself, whether it be in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, a friendship, family connection, work, I had distortions, not to make excuses, but I had distortions in my perception that led me to believe that certain inappropriate decisions that I've made were the most appropriate for me. And I'm recognizing that that probably wasn't the case. And I kind of regret those decisions, but they've already been done. So all I can do is now acknowledge my faulty logic in that moment to make sure I don't repeat that again. Do you see how that works? So I think that's probably what's needing to happen for Cancer at this point, regardless which class of Cancer you resonate with the most. Yeah, well, you don't have to make it public. Oh, okay, you're ambassador of the Scorpios. Crabs love Scorpios. I've noticed that. They get really addicted with Scorpios. What is that? What is that about? What is that about? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. Let me get you guys one final card. One final card. Oh, and you guys, for you, yes, sorry, 100% at 444, 44 watchers, 12 thumbs. I need more thumbs, you guys. Please, do give this video a thumbs up. Also, while I'm shuffling your final card, I wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who have been so patient waiting to purchase things while PayPal decided to stop acting like a silly fucking hoe, Grotchki biatch. PayPal got situated. My shopping cart is now fully functional. Whatever you were waiting to buy last week and over the weekend, it's available now unless it's sold out. And as a thank you, I went ahead and initiated a 30% coupon for the website, my entire website, 30% off, just as a thank you. And I'm sorry you had to wait while I dealt with silly hoe shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to play the role this morning. I called PayPal. What I wanted to say was, look here, you fucking representative of a silly hoe organization. I'm sick of you pillaging my motherfucking account. Give me back my shit. But then when she answered the phone, I said, hi, I was just wanting to know if you received my documentation. I submitted it yesterday, and I was just really hoping that you'd be able to help me reinstate my account. You fucking silly hoe. In my head, I added that. And then she said, oh, we'll escalate this. You escalated up your ass. You said you'd escalate it yesterday. But then like 5 minutes after I got off the phone, it was done. They released the account. I said, that's right. Who your daddy? And then I was like, calm down before they retract that shit and take it back. I'm their daddy. Card number 13. Here, the yellow tiger. I'm their yellow tiger mother. So back to the announcement really quick. Everything on the website is 30% off as a thank you for your patience. For those people, especially who kept messaging, like, is it fixed yet? No, sorry. And you don't need a coupon code. There's no code necessary. The discount will be taken during checkout. So here, the yellow tiger mother. I think that's racist. Are you saying I'm a yellow catty mofo? Okay. Sometimes we must be strong and hold true while all around us seems to be shifting and changing. The yellow tiger mother, Kuan Yin, in her guardian role, is roaring her divine sound within you. She asks you to hear her, to remember that you are a powerful being of light, and even while you are in flow with universal forces, your strong roots help you be at peace with your truth, standing your ground while your light shines true. In our surrender to our divine forces, there are times when we must be flexible and flow, and then there are times when the surrender is into holding strong and being true to our inner knowing. There are inner truths that we know are worthy of the effort to grow strong enough to honor them in our lives. These are the truths of kindness, compassion, the right of each individual being to be spiritually free and loved, and more. The yellow tiger mother sounds her roaring note within you. She is a fierce, protective tigress, and yellow is her golden strength and wisdom. She urges you to listen for her sound within and trust yourself. You know when you need to stand your ground and not be swayed. So, this is about knowing when it's time to hold on, when it's time to let go. Don't keep holding on to rotten things, okay? Just don't. If it's already run its course, whether it be romance, whether it be friendship, whether it be family connection, 448, you have to just really be honest with yourself. You are not so undesirable that that's the end all be all, that if that ends, you'll never have another boyfriend or girlfriend, you'll never have another friend. I mean, really though, is family just biological? Okay? All of those things you can definitely heal from. If you let it go, you can allow space to be created within your auric kingdom to allow the things that are more in alignment with your needs. And that's what this is really about, allowing things to go so that you have space in your field to allow new, more well aligned things into your field. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be appreciated. And maybe, maybe for those that I so called silly hoes, maybe this is a call for you to recognize the wounds that have been festering, the parts of you that need your attention, because you're really not a silly hoe. This is an expression of some sort of frustration, some sort of pain that's not being addressed. You need more than surface addressing. This needs a core treatment, okay? You're not broken. No, you are not broken. You are not just some silly hoe. You are not even a hoe. I don't care how promiscuous you are. You is not a hoe. Recognize that. You're here for a human experience. You're having that experience. Recognize it for what it is. Life lessons being delivered to your door. You Amazon priming those lessons. Okay? You don't have to go out of your way to try and hold on to a package that isn't yours. You can't take ownership of people. You can only take ownership of the time you share with them. And if they choose to no longer share time with you, share space with you, so be it. It doesn't mean you have to force yourself to stop loving them. It means you have to come to terms with the need to love them from afar, to give them the space that they apparently want or need. All right? And that goes for romance. It goes for family. It goes for friendship. Work, you might have to just quit that shit and find a new job, start your own company, something. But you can't keep staying where you're not appreciated, where you're not valued, where you're being treated like a silly hoe. That's not okay. It's not okay because you deserve to be treated with kindness, with respect, reciprocal reflection. Maybe something outside of your self is trying to show you the kind of conversations, inner dialogue you're very quietly having within yourself. And the Cancer in me had to learn this the hard way over the course of 18 months. That's how I know this, because I had to go through it too. And that's all it is. I'm not broken. I'm not. I know this. I'm not a broken person. I am whole. And in order for me to be whole, I had to take ownership of the parts of me I didn't quite understand, the parts of me I didn't quite value. All right. And those were parts that a lot of people still struggle through. And when you can recognize this, that you're not broken, that you're simply needing to address the parts that need more of your attention so you can better understand why you cope in the way that you choose to cope, why you perceive things in the way you choose to perceive things, you'll have a much, much more solid foundation from which to grow. All right. And this whole life is nothing but growth. It's all about growth, your ability to grow, your willingness to grow. So grow. No one can stop you from growing. No one. All right. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Am I supposed to be alone? What's wrong with being alone? You asked that, and the energy that is carried behind it is one of wondering why I'm being punished. That needs to be examined, not because you're broken, but because you don't quite grasp the gift of that aloneness, the type of stillness that alone time can gift you. It creates a still water. And when water is still, it can then become a mirror, and you can see who you've become. And when you filter out all the toxicity from your life, when you lose the fear of being alone and you start filtering out the things that are toxic, the water becomes crystal clear. So when you have stillness and crystal clear water, you can see down through to the core, to the bottom of that lake. You can see all the way through. And maybe that's the goal. Maybe that's why you need to be alone for now. We don't actually need other people. We don't. But it's nice to have them around. Not so nice if the ones we have around can't see us for who and what we are. Love turned into flesh. That's what every single one of us are. Love condensed into flesh. So maybe you need to start loving yourself enough to enjoy your own company. You know, it's time for us to begin doing that. Time out is over. All right, guys, I gotta go. Bye. I'll be on again in, I want to say about an hour or so to do the other zodiac signs. So I did all the water. I have a list because I suck at remembering what sign is what. So I did all the water. Fire is next. We'll get to everybody. We will. So I will see you guys again. Again, please do subscribe. That way you know whenever I come live. Bye.